Welcome, bronies, to an episode I actively and from the bottom of my heart truly dislike.
What? 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 What?
Let me explain what I mean. First off, today by On Second Look, a royal problem. And yes, it's a plot problem. Well, let's start with the first nail in the coffin. The characters. There we don't have to muck around about the main protagonist, Starlight Glimmer, right? If you can ignore a few things. First, which kind of connection with the friendship map did Starlight have? She didn't have a throne of friendship, isn't connected with it beside the fixing issue, and time travel magic. So why in Celestia's name would the map choose her?
Sure, that's not why she looks like that.
This is the most contrived introduction I've ever seen. It shattered every known fact about the friendship map, which was established before. What's next? Vinyl Scratch and Derpy on friendship mission? Well, I would love to see this. Second, Starlight is watched by the Princess of Monitoring, and Twilight put so much stress on her that she begins to break. The dynamic is explained by why Twilight is so stressed up, because she worries about Luna and doesn't want that she turns into Nightmare Moon again, but an argument between these two about duties and other stuff wasn't the reason for Nightmare Moon in the first place. Or do I get this wrong? Thirdly, Starlight goes with her guts and changes the cutie marks, and so the responsibilities between the alicorns, to show what the other had to do. I think that's a good idea, and that it shows how to handle this problem. Just one small question. Why isn't it a two-parter? The authors are showing us the many responsibilities of Celestia, but just Starlight's nightmare? Why? Because she's the only one with a nightmare? I don't think so. The dreams from some pony, any pony else, would be way more interesting. Think about it. Celestia would come into a dream of a young filly, or a colt for that matter, and has to deal with her or his small, but for the filly huge problem. Yeah, it's a small time problem, but there could be more and more of these short, small dreams, and Celestia has to decide to put one for the other to solve it all. She cares about every pony, but which pony should be the first one? Every pony is frightened, every pony is hurt, so which one should be the first? This kind of different but similar problems shows how difficult the task of Luna really is. Just small time problems can differ so much that Luna must do a large amount of empathy to deal with them all together. Why do we get only this epic dream of Starlight? The easiest explanation for this is it's a solo episode, and so there are not enough time for that. But this is plot design. Right. Focus, Redhat, focus. Well, I was by the characters, right? Right. Let me go to the double, spoil and bubble. Ooh, bad puns are bad, right? Celestia and Luna are well recognizable as elder and younger sister, and they are showing typical behavior here. Their duty sightlessness and their mishandled understanding of both sisters, were risky at best, but at the same time, well understandable. Just way too late. To be honest for a moment, I think that this episode would be perfect shortly after Sleepless in Ponyville, and with another main character like... I don't know. And now it's just fan service, like a friend has told me, and I agree with her. These two here do support my point of view on this behalf. Well, I will address these two shortly. Nightmare Moon and Daybreaker. Well, this was a pointless fight, and nothing I prefer to see in a show with a name, Friendship is Magic. Friendship, not fighting. Yep, I do stand up for my point of view here. This was unworthy for the show, and stands for me on the same low level as a Tyrek fight. For me, this is nothing for a show dedicated in theme of friendship and good morals. It was no good deed to have a fight like T-Rex in the season final and in this episode too. I will clarify it. The setting was great, but the solution with Daybreaker and Nightmare Moon was, well, pitiful. First, the fight doesn't make any kind of sense, and second, it's over the top and dim-witted. Plot-wise, it was just stupid. The only little ray of hope were the little nods of other character dreams in the background, or better, the dream of creatures unknown. Oh right, what do I mean with this? Well, the dreams from Princess Derpy, Flim and Flam, and the Doctor was clearly theirs, but Pinkie Pies, Fluttershy's, and Discords could be viewed differently. Their dreams could be Gummies, Angel Bunnies, and Smoothies dreams, right? This could be a nice question, I think. What would you say? So the other scenes with the characters were okay at best, and is it just for the nice breakfast with Mummy Celestia and Teenage Angst Horse?
I'm gonna stop talking now.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Your Highnesses. Well, where was I? No, not on the moon. Plot design. A hell much worse than the banishment to the moon, I presume. Why would you do this kind of plot design in the first place? I mean, just throw the continuity of the map out of the window, give Starlight scenes with Celestia and Luna to please the fans, who shows then this is a conflict between the siblings, like they need a mommy who are trying to speak for them, and who is trying to solve this kind of communication misbehave with a cutie mark swap so contrived. I will blame it as a very bad idea. Yes, they should walk in different hooves for one day, but there are 3 things who speak up against this kind of plot. Number 1. How strong with magic is Starlight actually? Quite different than the cutie unmarking. It isn't a fight, but rather a ding-dong switch-along. Yes, one can argue that the cutie map really helps Starlight with this, and it helps to solve the problem, but please, 2 mare able to help ponies and are empathetic. Well, couldn't solve their problems with a talk? After 1,000 years of ruling practice of one of them, and I simply presume 1,001 problem solving of many foals, mares and stallions from the other. So please! Number 2. If this spell just lasted for 24 hours, is that a rule of her own doing? Or did some pony else actually invented this spell? If it's Starlight's own rule, see number 1. If it isn't, well, which purpose does this kind of spell have? Hey, we can change the one thing that makes a pony unique and special with one other pony? What sense does it make? Well, I do want to know how to bake such amazing cookies, and my friend wants to levitate a mountain with my magic, so, well, yes, it's actually dumb. Number 3. The problem is addressed with the spell, yes, but it is going to be solved with another point of plot. Why do they overdramatize the plot with Starlight's psychological nightmare? A fight between fandom idol of best villain, Nightmare Moon, and fanfic material number 1, Daybreaker. What does this have to do with the dreams of other ponies? And most important of all, what is the purpose of that fight for the show? I'm sorry, but this contrived fighting scene with a callback of the dread T-Rex fight is just a big pile of horse apples. Yep, fan service, but just fan service didn't carry an episode. It's ruining the good premise instead. And much worse, this fight did nothing. Nothing for the emotional distraught Starlight. Much different than Scootaloo's, Sweetie Belle's and Ethelbloom's dreams. This dream was just a show of fears who could damn it Equestria, but did have nothing, I repeat, nothing to do with Starlight's own problems. And it's addressed here.
So, this was real. Oh, or was it not real? And this just happened now and not in my dream? I'm so confused.
It's all real.
Yes, the pressure and stress had put her in this state of fear, But the resolve of this, or better, what would happen with Equestria is way better, shown here in the desolate landscape as in a damn-it fighting scene. Okay, that was understandable different. Alright, resume. This episode, well, I have hoped for more and was hyped to see what they would do, but in retrospect, it felt hollow. The pacing was okay, till Daybreaker and Nightmare Moon appeared. Damn it, even the dream of Luna is worth of exploring more, and a solution besides fleeing from it would be way better. But Starlight's dream, don't misinterpret it here. The first scenes were great and showing their emotional stress very effective. But Nightmare Boo and Dawnbreaker here were there for just one purpose. Look at us, aren't we pretty dark? We're here just for our fans. Please look at us and adore us. This overwhelmed the character moments like in Luna's dream and the well-good plot to this point. Now, my best question for my audience, why did this fight reminds me on the fight with T-Rex? Well, quite simple. Because fights in a show with the title Friendship is Magic are nuts. I think there would be, in a show like this, another better way to show off. Friendship is worth fighting for, yes, but not in this way. And the excuse of, it's just a dream and no one is actually hurting each other, besides imagined fears, it's just pitiful. Rating. Characters. I don't know. 7 out of 10 points. The characters were the better part of this episode. Yes, I have pointed out the weak points of them, but they are having strong points too. The subtle way in which the royal sisters are hiding their anger and disappointment. Twilight's overwhelming fear of the witnessing of just another fight from the royal siblings. A nice nod to continuity actually, and well written. And Starlight's first dream snippets are well written too. But, well, you knew it already. Plot design, 3 out of 10 points. Heavens, fanfic writer would do it better. Just really a few, I think, but still. Right, my personal opinion, but it means much for me when I saw this and see... didn't move me. Contrived. A fight again. I don't care. Come on, just go over with it. It's not my piece of cake, not my word at all. Sorry, my little tussle, but it was really, really bad. Totally. 5 out of 10 points. Well, enough of my rant and back to something better. If you want to, share, subscribe or recommend, because every little viewer counts. Till next time by On Second Look, not asking for trouble. I'm spoiler and hype free, so no guessing here. See you soon. Yours truly, Redhatbrony.